trying to make it real compared to what.
I'm trying to hit them with tunes that amaze, some truly beautiful innovations that only fans saying. Okay, cause what they giving, they can't fulfill it. I fulfill it's ridiculous with radio plays.
See, I'm just trying to make it real because some artificial fellas ain't getting it right. These mess around clowns, they fake an intelligence blinded by the flashing lights. Since when did you give up the fight? The people struggle, you lose sight. You think you a big star, but I know you crash like a meteor.
Yeah, then what's the point if you ain't giving them food for thought? No man in this group, it's just two sisters in the shoe. Really not who's the boy? I ain't got no time to get live. I'm an unstoppable machine. Now I mean, if you doing it just for the money, it's not for me. Okay.
I'm just trying to make it real. Give you something you can feel. I'm just trying to make it real. Give you something you can feel. I'm just trying to make it real. Give you something you can feel. I'm just trying to make it real. Give you something you can feel.
Blues hard. I know it's hard to say. It doesn't roll off the tongue. It's a great name, but it's so hard to say. I always mess it up. We normally just say BHG.
Okay. I can rock
Blues hard good. BHG.
BHG. Tell us, where's BHG located?
We're located at 1803 14th Street, upstairs from Hull. So I have a ton of vintage clothing that I just wasn't wearing anymore. I was like, okay, I could probably sell this. And then I met a woman named Lish Ephraim, who actually, shout out to her. She has a brand called Mimola, and it's a vintage jewelry line. Okay. I'm actually wearing one of her pieces. But she's really awesome. And she actually used to have a pop-up shop above Miss Pixie's, which is on another great vintage shop on 14th Street. And the day after I'd lost my job, I walked into her shop and she and I started talking, and she told me how she started selling vintage because she lost her job. So she also sort of inspired me to take the step forward and actually really try to make it more than just, a side way of making money. And so that's how that started.
You wonder why radio stays so slow, playing trash and white noise, because the record labels pimp their two middle class white boys.
It's like when I start talking to them and I start telling them about the different items we have, and I'll pull something out and I'll tell them the story behind it, or I'll tell them about the person who used to own it, or the history of the item itself, because there are a lot of types of clothing that have history themselves. Top hats, for example, have an amazing history. Cowboy boots have an amazing history. There's all kinds of different stories you can tell from an item of clothing, and it's just like clothing is like a touchstone to release into this whole other world of knowledge.
Trying to make it real compared to what.
I think people don't appreciate good quality, like having good quality, and realizing that good quality means you'll have it for longer. Because they think fashion is fleeting, and there's a difference between style and fashion. Fashion being what's trendy, what's in, and style being effortless. It transcends decades. Why is Jackie O such a style icon? Why is Marilyn Monroe such a style icon? Because they are transcending. Why do you have pop stars now trying to emulate these stars from the past? Because they transcended
the vintage,
right? Their vintage quality, or not. It wasn't. They had a look. They had a style. They had an aesthetic. I think of Audrey Hepburn being a classic version of that. Like, she was extremely. Her aesthetic was very beautiful, and and it's something that a lot of women strive to be like. Eartha Kitt is another one. Like, Eartha Kitt is like, she's one of my favorite style icons. She was statuesque, but she also had a sex appeal at a time when women weren't really supposed to have a sex appeal. But she also had a shape she wasn't a stick. She had a curve, she had a shape, and that was what was enticing.
One complaint, spoonful of sugar with a little bit of pain, just a little bit of disrespect for me and the women and the woman I aspire to be. It's tired to me. I'm trying to be with something.
I think a look that's definitely going to be in for fall is a, like I said, military slash sailor look, and I think that's going to be big for men and women. But I think for women especially, because the uniform look is very boxy, there are ways in which, so something like this, or just finding like a navy blue dress with blue and white stripes can be a way in which you can do the whole sailor look without going for the really boxy military look. This is going to sound really horrible, but I think working class is very in style. So leather jackets, work shirts, so tattered up. Like in vintage, we always get people who want these. This, for example, this came from New Mexico. I bought it from a woman who it belonged to her father-in-law. It's from the 60s. It's a tattered work shirt, and it's literally falling apart, but this is what guys love. Come in, they always want to know where this is, if this is for sale. Sadly, it's not. But the gas station attendant shirt, or like just work shirts that have a name on them, I think those are really fun pieces and accessories for guys to have.
Labels to middle class white boys. Trying to make it real, give you something you can be.
Hi, my name is Dafna, and you're watching the Merging Lanes Project.
Give you something you can feel.
Trying to make it real compared to what.